Welcome to Stories Over Coffee. This is not just one story, but many, woven together by a single thread. That life at its core is a fleeting journey between heaven and earth. So pour yourself a quiet cup and listen. They say life is long, that we have time, that everything can wait. But if you've ever watched a horse in full gallop, you'll know. Sometimes, what feels like a long journey is just a flash of hooves on dirt. You blink, and suddenly, you're halfway through. Our elders used to say, life is like dew on morning grass. Beautiful, fragile, gone too soon. So why do we postpone joy, delay love, ignore stillness? We trade presents for potential. Until one day we realize, this isn't a rehearsal. This is it. Let's not wait for loss to remind us of life's value, because every breath is one less in the bank. There's a kind of glow to success, a spotlight that warms you until it blinds you. We begin to build our identity on applause, not joy, not peace, just noise. Fame, like fire, is beautiful but dangerous. Hold it too long, and you will burn. When the clapping stops, the silence becomes deafening. Are we building a life or a performance? Seeking connection or attention? Every stage is a test. Will you remember who you are when the curtain falls? Because in the end, the real success is not being seen by the world, but being seen by your own soul and still being proud. We live in a world that tells us what to want. A bigger house, a better job, a louder life. But stop. Ask yourself, when no one is watching, what does your soul crave? Many climb ladders placed against the wrong walls, living scripts written by someone else. What if your version of joy is quiet? What if your dream isn't fame, but freedom? Sometimes, the real revolution is turning inward. Because life isn't about impressing others. It's about remembering yourself. The world rewards movement. But what if motion isn't progress? There's a kind of fatigue that sleep can't fix. It comes from ignoring your spirit for too long. We wear busyness like armor, but inside, we're crumbling. Stopping isn't a weakness, it's wisdom. In stillness we hear what matters again. In the pause, our life begins to breathe. You are not a machine. You are not a product. You are a being meant to feel. So breathe just for a moment. In ancient times, there was a story about a young man named Lu Sheng who dozed while waiting for millet to cook. In his dream, he lived in glory for over 20 years with power, riches, betrayal, and downfall. Then, he woke up and realized it had been a dream. The millet hadn't even finished cooking. What a perfect mirror for us. We chase, we suffer, we shine. And yet, how different are we from that dreamer? Everything we cling to, title, pride, fear, fades. What remains is how we lived. So while the millet simmers, dream, yes, but dream gently. And remember to wake up. We think having more means living more, but often it means carrying more weight. Our ancestors had less, but laughed more. We have more, but ache more. Simplicity isn't deprivation, it's clarity. You don't need 10 coats to feel warm, not needing applause to feel worthy. In letting go, we begin to notice the breeze, the silence, the look in someone's eyes, less noise, more meaning, less clutter, more life. This life, it's not about how far we run, it's about how deeply we walk. We are the horse crossing a line. We are the performers stepping off the stage. We are the dreamer waking. The seeker pauses, the soul remembering. In the end, a life well lived is not one with the loudest cheers, but the fewest regrets. Thank you for being here. This is Stories Over Coffee, where even a fleeting breath becomes a quiet truth.